Hey, welcome to my life. Hello, hello, hello. You are welcome to my life. So, today we are talking about how to deal with trauma. Hi, bless you, bless you. Favored Ify, thank you for coming. My guest will soon be here. Please like and share my life. Please like and share. Thank you. I'm just trying to send in the link. So before our guest will join, I'm trying to send in the link before my guest for today will join. Hello, today we are talking about trauma, how to deal with trauma. And Valerie is our guest today. She's a therapist, a trained therapist, and so she is going to be. She cannot find it. I think she cannot find it. Let me call her back. Let me call her back. Mm, let me let me call her back. I can't take the call here. Let me call her back. Hello. Oh, okay. Good morning, ma'am. Are you joining? I'm waiting. Okay. Okay. Did you see the one to share? Okay, mommy. See you soon. There's this song that's just been in my spirit. I get back in by Victoria. I get back in, oh, and I dey walk alone. It's been bubbling in my spirit. I think I need to sing it more. She's almost here. Wait, oh, let me make sure I share the link on my Facebook. Okay, then yes. So today we are talking about trauma, and we are talking with Valerie. She is a trained therapist, and yes, so trauma. Sorry, guys. You know, when I come, the first thing I want to do is to send the link to Facebook and all of the rest social media, to all of my social media platform. Please, as you come, like and share to people that you know needs this, people that have been dealing with trauma and cannot express themselves. Please, you can share, because there's a lot going on, so you don't want to not share. People can benefit from this. So I'm just trying to send it. Oh yeah, she is here. Thank you, Jesus. Why is she not coming up? What kind of network is this? Today is not the day network. Behave yourself. Not today. Not today. Let me do and drop this before my kid brother call me. How can you have a guest and you're playing with your other phone? That boy. Very mannerless. Okay, yeah. Here we go. Yeah, scatter the whole place. Today, I don't even have energy to be corporate. I will just slap you in my live video. Valerie, are you there? V, what's going on? I think network is acting up today. Not today. Not today. Not today, network. Not today. Let me send her. She's added. Okay, she left. I think she's gonna come. Network. Guys, please send in your questions about trauma so that our guests can answer when, you know, as she progresses. Because some of us are dealing with trauma. We Yay! Hello. I've been telling you about your hair, but you don't want to give me any of your hair, but that's not fair.
We'll exchange. I'll take
Uh,
yours.
Which one? Which one do you want?
All of them.
No. Uh, okay. I rest my case.
Abby, how are
You
you,
look
love?
so beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm fine. I'm fine, Taku. I'm fine.
Right?
I'm fine. I'm
As
fine. Sorry?
I said, how is the weekend plans? Are we going out?
Oh, I have like for the first time. Please network, not today. Network, do normal. Okay. For the first time, I'm going to a party.
Hmm.
Yes, I've never been to a European party before. Like I've done parties myself, but I have never been. So for the first time I'm going to a party.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's
so I'm like, when the person invited me, I'm like, so you look all your friends. It's me
Mhm.
you want to invite because I don't go out, so it's weird.
It's all about the experience.
So let's just go and experience it.
Hmm.
So thank you for coming. You look absolutely beautiful as always. And
Thank
after our last video, I got like two people sending me a message like, "She's so pretty. Can I have her number?" I'm like,
you.
"Nah."
I'm on live, so you can just take it off. Thank you.
So
Yes,
I had like two people telling me, "Oh, she's so pretty. Can I have a number?" I said, you have to sit up.
Abby.
Like before you can get her number, you need to sit up. Like you're sitting up, have to be sitting up.
Right.
It's not like she's so high, but then we
Mhm.
all have. I know what I would want for myself, so
Okay.
yeah.
Mhm.
So when the people,
Still top it, settle for less.
we no, we can't.
Yeah.
I know people say like women are gold diggers. Sorry, thank you. I'm a gold
But
digger.
even men are gold diggers as well.
I do understand. So
But it's
when
Depends on how you know how to dig. Your years of experience, your tools, you know,
Preach!
fatigue.
Preach!
We're all gold diggers.
We are all gold diggers because you must have a gold to dig now. Imagine me coming into your life and there is no gold. So why calling me a gold digger when you don't have none? You don't even have a silver.
Exactly. So
All
I
you
should
have is what
for
I
you
don't understand.
showing me off as your girlfriend or wife or whatever.
Who are you slapping? Okay, my cat. She's like everywhere today because I left everywhere open for air to come in, and she's like jumping up and down, like trying to scatter. But I know I'll be slapper. So
Tap anybody, please.
how we slap the spirit behind that
Don't
part of
that.
our trap with
Well,
the holy slap. Oh, pwah! Oh,
and but
she will feel the Holy Ghost.
right.
She will like it will be a sensation. You know, they say when the Holy Spirit comes in you, it's like those days they say the Holy Spirit is like a dove.
Mm-hmm.
It will just come. It's a lie. Sometimes it comes with fire.
Up like a raging fire. Hmm.
Ooh, preach! Sometimes the Holy Ghost come like fire, like
That mm-hmm.
mm,
teach
mm,
you teach you tough lessons.
tough lessons.
Yeah.
I was listening to this song by Victoria.
How did you like that? You say,
What?
I said, no, I didn't like it though. You say, like it, Abby.
Oh my god. Network, please. I'm enjoying all these conversations. Oh my god. Network, please. Oh. I speak to you, Holy Ghost. Take over right now in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
Amen. Okay, so I said sometimes the Holy Ghost call me like fire. Do you
Mm-hmm.
understand? He said the violent take it by force.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning I can punch you in the Holy Ghost. Hey la
Right.
bosha. Hey alakaya. See, I can punch in the Holy Ghost, like really, really punch in the Holy Ghost. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he said the violence take it by force. So even God supports
And
violence sometimes.
by force, so they
That's why
have
you see
to.
African mothers. They will look
Mm-hmm.
at you, even in church, they will slap the devil of playfulness.
No, our parents were something else. They were something. I think some of us suffer from the emotional trauma of parenting. Thank God we're even talking about this issue today. Because so many of us are silently suffering and we don't know why we're suffering.
Yeah.
It's normal as per Africa, suffering and smiling is
Mm.
normal. And but most of us is from where we how we were raised. That's
Raised.
how we got to be in that space.
Now, I
But love our parents, they've instilled so much values in us. If you don't take it, that's on you. But our parents tried. They are not the kind of parents we are now. Now we're too lenient with our kids. I just like let her be as a
the
child.
child. Then the child will be telling you,
Six
shut up.
months old, they put akamu in your mouth, pap, and you spit it out. Almost slap.
They'll now hold your nose like this.
Exactly. You must eat by fire by force.
When the tummy
Eh,
is now big, you now be like, are you
eh,
not happy that you have eaten now?
exactly. But now you see children, 3 months, you're already selecting food. What do you know? What do you know? 1 year, you say, I don't eat this, I don't eat that, I don't want that, I don't want this. Really? You want it in my house. Oh. Unless I remember my daughter was like, she doesn't like beans. She was young then. I said, hey, you don't like beans.
Who is your
Every weekend,
mother?
every weekend, I say, you not eat. Say, they don't touch any gari in my house. She'll eat noodles. If you touch it, you're in trouble. You must eat these beans. She'll be eating, she'll be doing, I said, vomit it, you still eat it again. You know, right from young, at a young age, she knew her mother doesn't take
Take
nonsense.
nonsense.
She'll tell you, my mother is the sweetest person. If I do anything and you threaten me, but if you tell me, I will tell your mother, you've killed me.
Game
So
over.
that's why best friends. I'm a mad as a disciplinarian. I don't take nonsense.
Yeah.
You get. And when I express this, even in my way of life, people misinterpret it. They feel like, oh, it's because she was hurt, it's because she was this, it's because she was. No. Sometimes you have to learn to draw boundaries at an early age. And that should extend to every area of your life.
Hmm.
So, yes, our parents really, really, really tried
Those
for us.
people.
Mm,
I remember I was just telling somebody today. I said I started working when I was like 7 months.
mm,
And that 7 months I was, when I mean a gangster, I was a gangster. The whole
yeah,
place I scatter everywhere. I know they hear. Oh. Even my mom will be like, she keep quiet. And when I finish talking, she'll say that is the solution. Do you understand? Because I don't hear. So, but
yeah.
that woman, she handled me until I was
Hmm.
16 that I now left the house. But I know that, her discipline was, even though I left home very young, the
Yeah.
discipline she inculcated in this coconut head, it worked.
Yeah.
It
Mhm.
worked. Do you understand? I remember, then, that woman too. If you say you have headache, she will tell you to go and pray.
When you were younger, you would not appreciate her. But now you'd
Now,
be like, you God. So many things I would have done wrong. Her
mhm.
teaching led you right. So it's a blessing. Was
Yeah,
indeed a
I remember then, if I'm having headache or we're sick or stomach pain or something, she'll tell you to go and pray. What has
mm-hmm.
prayer got to do with headache now? This woman, can't you just?
Believed that everything is spiritual, which is true if you look at it.
Oh, now,
Everything
yeah.
to you or would happen to you is spiritual. It has already happened in the spiritual before
Mm.
manifesting. So most of the time you see that you because you have headache, you're taking, painkillers and it's not going down. Won't you
Mm.
question yourself? Is this thing even headache
Yeah,
or it's attack? I know people say African small thing attack, but it is what it is.
yeah.
The wickedness here is a bit much. Is big. Is more than what you would experience outside of Nigeria. So
It's not
live
just
according.
a bit, it's more. It's on the high side. The
It's on the high.
wickedness. If you're on
Mhm.
NSPPD, there are times I'll just be on NSPPD, I'll just be listening to, this one is an attack. This one, I say, I say,
Someone was saying- we had this conversation with a friend who has lived all her life abroad. Yeah. And she came back to Nigeria to like, oh, my roots. I want to, get to know. She was born and raised outside of Nigeria.
mm,
So, when we are adults, we start wanting to explore our roots, doing this. So she came back and her immediate family were like, don't go to so and so person's house. Don't do this one. Don't eat out. Don't. She's like, what the hell is going on here? Am I supposed to be in prison?
yes, so
Get to mix up, to know people, to know, like, have fun, not to
mm,
come and be secluded and be scared of everything. And I told her, babe, before person go poison you for America, the person will think twice
yeah.
and be like, what if someone sees me doing that? I could go to prison for manslaughter. Yeah. Or what if, and like, the laws are there.
Mm-hmm.
So even if it doesn't guide them spiritually, it will guide them physically.
Physically.
So which means people are a bit scared of committing, some kind of blunders.
Crime, yeah.
Yeah, somebody can do anything to you, and they will not be held responsible. You've died, oh.
They will feel like, yes, she deserved it or he deserved it.
Exactly. 2 weeks after she arrived, oh, people were coming to see her. They started scratching her at night. She wake up with scratches. She'll call me on video, Val, what is this? I've never experienced this. I said, welcome to Africa. They're trying to welcome you. I told her, I said, do you pray? She said, pray? I don't know. I don't go to church. I said, you start going. Oh.
You will
You
speak
will
English. That English, you will forget it.
and the church, like, for what? This is just, she looked for explanations for it. I said, okay, no problem. Do you know that they afflicted that girl with some kind of lung disease or something? I don't know what it was, but it was serious. She couldn't breathe. She was on oxygen for like 2 weeks. That's when I told her,
Go back.
you can, gotta go. You better pack your load and be going. So she left back to America, and her parents told her, you that saw us here, that we've lived here for 40 years. You thought we are here because we like the snow, or because we like paying taxes, or because we like the bills. You don't know that we're running away from something. And we've tried to tell you that, mm, Africa, we don't really like ourselves. You understand? So stay here, do what you need to do. If you just need to go there, spend a week, but spend it with sense. So she learned the hard way. If I ask her again, babe, when are you coming? Say me and you and who? I beg, just renew your visa and come. It has on me. I'm done with Africa. I said, no, come to Africa.
No, but you can go to other places where people don't know you. If you
Yeah,
go to somewhere like Ghana, nobody
yeah,
knows my parents. Nobody knows
exactly.
me. Nobody knows who I am. I can just go there, have fun, stay in their hotel, go to the local place. Nobody will even have their eyes on me. They will even be like, oh, she came to our community. She liked me. They'll be taking pictures of me. But if you
Yeah.
go to a country where you are known, oh, it is XYZ's daughter,
Exactly.
then they will not like, eh.
So this is to show you that our spiritual still governs the physical, no matter how you
Now she's traumatized now.
spoke you are. Just make sure you either hold God or hold whatever. Just shall hold something. Just shall hold something for rainy days.
God forbid. God
It's
forbid.
well.
It is well. So today we are talking about greetings. Who are you slapping? Okay. So today we are talking about, my brother warns me. Even from our last video, he still warned me. Sister Mercy, let them talk. If we want you to talk, we'll go and be watching your previous video. You're always interrupting them.
Our last video, I talked a lot.
The boy said I interrupted you.
What's his problem? I think you should bring him on live one of the days
He-
so that each of us can be here and talk.
that one. He would
Mhm.
you too will be shocked. You'll be like, is he your elder brother or your baby brother? I'm like, is this 25?
And he's all over the place. He's
Eh,
big. That's how they are these days.
I just want to tell you my mind as I'm just here. I don't like it. Don't interrupt them. She was saying something important. It was you will not do his face like this on a video call. It's entering my soul. I was like, well done, oh soul. Soul to soul. So today I'm just going to let you talk. Why are people not joining? People, where are you? What did I do to y'all? So today we're talking about trauma. So it's going to be I'm trying to be light, trying to shake off.
Yeah.
So that people don't feel, oh, it's so serious. No, yeah, it's serious, but I mean we're not going to make it look like that.
The topic is serious, but you know, you have to be flexible in delivery.
So yes, we have to say this so they can relate.
Yeah.
They can relate. Yep. Okay. So let's go. I'm just going to let you talk. Like, what is trauma? What do you think is okay? I've shared it again. Okay. I'm waiting
Yeah.
for you.
We're ready?
Yes. One more. Let me share. Let me send. This person said I should send the link to
Okay.
her. Yeah. So I totally forgot. Let me share the link. Let me share the link to them. Okay. So I'm done. I'm done now. Because it's when you merely will get off now, you see all of them coming to watch it.
Yeah.
They now be calling me. Oh, when was it? Now, honey, it's now. Oh my god. Okay. So
Um,
yeah.
the time is now. Okay,
Um,
so let's jump right into it so I can
yeah.
get back to.
Work. Yes, please.
Yes. So the topic for today is supposed to be how to deal with trauma.
Trauma. Yes.
But how do you deal with something you don't know what it
What it
is?
is.
Yeah, so I'll just briefly tell us what trauma is according to expert Google. Said emotional trauma is the persistent sense of unsafety and other challenging emotions such as fear and or anxiety. So things happen. We sometimes get into a situation that we get drained emotionally and we start living a life of fear and anxiety. We don't understand that that's a traumatic experience.
Hmm.
We just put it aside like it's this is
One
that,
of those
but yeah,
things.
yeah. But it's a traumatic experience, and oh, Mrs. Sami, honey, hold on. So it's a traumatic experience, and sometimes could lead to a lot of complications.
Hmm.
And the second part I want to share is that emotional trauma can be the result of a past or ongoing experience,
Hmm.
such as abuse, bullying,
Mm-hmm.
discrimination, humiliation,
Yeah.
heartbreak, and all the other stuff that makes you feel unsafe
Yeah.
and makes you feel like you want to end it all. And now these are the common emotional behavior responses. So you now be wondering, okay, how do I know if my partner has emotional trauma or is going through some emotional trauma? Or how do I know if my child or my mother or my father or my friend or that colleague in the office who is always, acting lost or irresponsive? Some of them are battling things that they cannot explain.
Explain.
Yeah. So for behavior, these are some of the behaviors that when you see, you you should be able to know if this person is emotionally sound or is going through that traumatic experience. So one form of emotional trauma, common behavioral response is denial.
Mm.
That person will live in denial. They are hurt,
Mm.
they're terribly hurting, but they don't admit it.
Hmm.
They were raped, they were bullied, they were maltreated, they were abused physically, emotionally, and otherwise. But they don't accept it. They try to cover it with the facade of happiness.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Try to distract themselves so that they don't admit and feel that pain. Because if you don't feel something, you can't heal from it.
Yeah.
So I said, when you go through a heartbreak, it's not the time for you to sit down and hate on your whoever
Whoever
cursed.
hurts you.
It's for you to sit down. You're pained. You gave your all. It didn't work out. You trusted this person. They cheated on you and broke your trust. You gave this person your life savings to use it to do something and they spent it on some irrelevant stuff or someone else. Yes, it's hurting. It's a feeling of disappointment. It's a feeling of frustration. Just feel it. Allow yourself to live in that moment rather than just deny it. Because the more you run, the more it chases you.
Wow.
Yeah, the more you run, the more it chases you. So when you start living in denial, you deprive yourself the the chance of healing early,
Hmm.
so that those around you can benefit from the new you. So you're still stuck in your old ways and covering it up with partying, drinking, substance abuse, and all of that. The truth is, these things give you temporary relief,
Right.
but after that, you still go back to whatever. You understand? So when you see somebody who lives in a constant denial of their feelings, they may be going through or have gone through a terrible emotional trauma.
Mm.
So that's one behavioral response to look out for. Another one is confusion.
Mm.
I used to date a guy that up until today he's still very confused. He doesn't know if he wants to be a mechanic or he wants to be a pilot. He doesn't know if he wants to go back to his ex or he wants to build a new relationship. He doesn't know if he wants to be at peace with his siblings or fight everyone and cut everyone off. So he's torn in between not knowing what to do. And looking at it from my angle, I saw that he had a lot of emotional trauma growing up.
Mm.
You get being not having both his parents, raised by okay, mom left them when they were very young, so he he practically became the breadwinner for his younger brother, and then lived with his uncle. He was maltreated. He was forced into early child labor and stuff like that. So when I went through his past, I could understand why he was the way he was doing. And I, Bob the Builder, wanted to help him. But the truth is, somebody who is experiencing something and going through that process doesn't need your help. It's a self work.
Mm.
If the person doesn't decide today that I want to be better, there's nothing you can do. No amount of being a good person, no amount of prayer, binding and casting, fasting, counseling, or whatever will heal the person unless they decide that I want to go through my process. And it has to start from going back to the roots,
The root
which
cause.
a lot of people fear going back to their past to confront it because it's painful. You understand?
Mhm.
So, I mean, because of those threads of confusion and denial, it didn't make the relationship work. Now, a third thing that could happen to somebody if they have emotional trauma is flashbacks, especially if you see this a lot in rape victims and victims of abuse. See that sometimes they have this flashback and they just lose it. Do you understand? It's one of the things to look out for. Then depression. Most of the people who are depressed, if you sit with them and talk, you get to understand that it's deeper than we see. For example, I counseled a lady last year. She's married because I do marriage counseling as well in my own little way. So her sister-in-law, who knows me, begged me to please counsel her because I don't do it like a business. I do it like privately. And I was like, I don't think I'll have the time because I have a lot. She said, please, that she has a feeling this lady might take her life. Okay? Because anything that has to do with taking of life, I'll leave everything and focus on that thing. So when she said that, I was like, okay, no matter what I have to do, they can wait.
Mm.
This life is important to me and to Jesus. So I got talking with her. The first I spoke to her on video call, she was so vibrant and loving and sweet. And I'm like, is this the person that they said was I bet the woman is just looking for, somebody to be friends with her sister in law. I didn't know she wasn't that relaxed with me yet. It took her
Oh.
to open up to me. And the next counseling we had, because it was like weekly. So the first counseling, we were all chatty and gisty and all. Second one, we were all, I started, penetrating a bit. The third one, that's when she broke down and she wept bitterly for almost 30 minutes. I just allowed her express her grief. So when she finished, she's like, nobody has ever hit this core of me before. I'm like, yes, because I have been through everything that you feel you're going through now. So I can best advise. Now, what is the actual thing that you want that you're not getting? Oh, they made me believe that marriage is sweet, marriage is that, marriage is that. I left everything to get married. Okay, so now we get number 1 point.
Hmm.
Well, my marriage is good. My husband is sweet. He's one of the kindest man, sweet man, this one, but he doesn't want me to work. Point number 2. I brought up a business plan. I wanted to go into farming. He asked me to draw up a plan. I brought it up to him and he has not answered me. This is 2 years. So 2 years she has been battling depression. 5 years in marriage, she has been battling with self esteem because she sees her mates are working, traveling the world, and all you're doing is being a wife and a mother. For somebody who has so much ambition
Potentials.
and potentials. So that's where the problem was. She just wanted to be productive. But the husband felt, oh, I don't want my wife to stress. I don't like my wife to be bothered. Just sit at home. I'm making so much money. You just enjoy yourself, take care of the kids. But the thing he didn't understand is that this woman feels she has more to give out than she's already doing. And because of that, this kind of things makes people go into a deep depression, which is as a result of emotional, right? That emotion of not being enough, not feeling enough, not being productive, you understand? And so I had to bring the husband in for the next session. And I tried to explain things to him that using me, because when I talk to my clients, I don't go far. Me, just so that you not feel like, oh, she's talking about, mm-mm. I will use me first. So I told him, I said, this is me when I wasn't that productive. This is my picture. And this is me when I was now finally discovering my potentials and living by it. So, which of me would you prefer? He said, this one. I said, then this one is the wife you should be aiming for, not this one
Not
that you
this
currently.
one.
And the man was like, who are you? Who are you? I said, I don't understand. Who am I? How? He said, because someone else would have put this in a way that it will offend me.
Hmm.
The man, they will bruise my ego
Hmm.
and it will make me go back to my wife and
Right.
cause a fight. But the way you have put it, I feel ashamed that
Hmm.
I did not I feel like I've caged her. I feel like I've taken out the light in her. You understand?
Hmm.
And let say, honey, how much do you need? You need a piece of land, you need this. We're starting it this month.
Wow.
Today, if you see that woman, I told her, madam, this your newfound fat. I don't understand. Get calm down.
Newfound facts.
So you see that kind of thing. You might be living with someone, yeah. They are jovial, they are playful, they are happy, they go out, they have fun, they have friends, they get married, but they have a deeper depression they are battling with. And unless that root cause is found, that's why you see people that are very successful. You hear the news, oh, they hung themselves, or they took substance and passed, or they killed themselves. You'll be wondering, they have
This
money.
lady I saw yesterday.
Their life is, in fact, is the life I want. So why would they wake up and kill themselves? It's a deeper rooted. So depression is one of them. Withdrawal. I mean, you, almost everybody in the world is guilty of that. Withdrawal. When we feel like somebody is coming with too much love
Hmm.
or too much or showing too much concern, we
Hmm.
pull back. Why? Because we have been stung before.
Yeah.
Every had either a friend, a family member, a business partner, or something that has put them in that situation where they find it hard to trust,
Yeah.
which always results in withdrawing when they are faced with anything positive.
Hmm.
The first point of call is withdrawal. Let me see if truly he loves me as he says. Let me see all these friends. Let me see if I can trust them. To do. Let me see. This one that my mother is coming to me. This one that my father has started calling me. I hope all is well. Is it not money they are looking for? So you withdraw. You understand? You no longer have that pure mind
Mine towards people.
as they are. So that's withdrawal is part of them. Then trust issues. Of course, almost everybody who has been cheated on, who has been deprived of a lot. Hold on there. So almost everybody who have been cheated on and deprived of a lot of things are going through that one, which is trust issues. You find it hard to trust people, either in business, in fact, anything that has to do with money,
Money.
anything to do with love, anything that has to do with something that will take something from you. You don't trust anybody. That's where you hear people say you have to earn my trust.
Of
You
course.
must. So yeah, that's part of them. Then lack of concentration, which I mentioned. You see somebody in the office, they're always lost in thoughts.
Hmm.
Guy, you were supposed to finish, working on this document for, it's you. I'm trying my best. They are lost, always lost in thought. They always lose concentration fast. So that's part of an emotional, trauma. Then unpredictable feelings is part of it too. You just wake up and say, I have mood swing. What happened to you? No, I don't just feel happy. What rights do you have to wake up and say you don't feel happy? You don't have any rights to do that. Do you understand? So it's either you're traumatized emotionally, and because most times when you are asleep or your brain still works. Excuse me. Your brain is still functioning. And the brain has a way of playing out the past, you know, issues. So when like myself, like I said, I always use myself. I noticed that I used to have mood swings back then when I hadn't healed completely. Now, why do I have mood swings? When I'm going to bed at night, when you're trying to fall asleep and your thoughts will be wandering, going to left, right, and center.
Oh.
Your thoughts will remember that ex that cheated on you. That's when your thoughts will remember that time that your uncle shouted at you and wanted to slap you. That's when your thoughts remember that time your employer gave you a bad appraisal. So that thoughts that are wandering, you sleep with it and you wake up so sad. And
Drained.
why are you sad? I don't even know. I don't even know why I'm sad. The thoughts you sleep with determines how you wake up. It took me like 2 years to learn that. It took me 2 years to be conscious of what I think
We're going to
before
bed.
and since then I haven't had one day of mood swing. One day of mood swing I've not had. But then to me to be normal. Anybody ask me, please, today I have mood swing. Oh. I woke up on the other side of the bed. Nobody should just stress me. That's me making excuses for my emotional trauma. But I don't know that I have emotional trauma. I just feel it's normal. After all, everybody online is talking about mood swings, so it's valid. You get.
I can
So these are
relate.
the emotional behavior patterns that you can notice in someone or people to be able to know if they are emotionally traumatized. You understand? And then what are the physical responses? Everything that has an emotions must have a physical reaction. If your adrenaline is high, of course it will affect the way you work, the way you talk, the way you dance, the way you interact with people. And if you're low on energy, it will show. You see people asking you, you're looking so pale, you're looking what do they call it, you're looking stressed,
Stressed. Then that's having.
wondering, yeah, you'll not be wondering stress, but I didn't do anything stressful. Do you understand? It's emotions. It's your emotions that is playing out on your physical. So these are the physical responses that we can use. You, everyone watching, everyone in the world can use to, know if we're getting there to that emotional traumatic, space. Insomnia. If you don't have anything bothering you, you sleep like a baby. But check out people who have underlying emotional stress. They cannot sleep. Because the moment you sleep, your brain will tell you sleep for what? Have you forgotten the 2 million you are owing? Have you forgotten that police is coming to pick you up tomorrow? Have you forgotten that your mother is in the sick, is in the hospital? Have you forgotten that your child is on a this thing, is on a midterm break and there's nobody to take care of her and you're supposed to go to work tomorrow? So all those things gives you insomnia. And all those things are emotionally related.
Later.
If you don't or your child, you'll not be bothered. If you had money in your account, you'll not be bothered. You understand? If you didn't get into trouble to be able to for police to come and look for you, you will not be bothered.
Important.
Do you understand? So insomnia plays a, in fact, is one of the, I think, the highest response to physical response to emotional. It happens to every one of us every day. Like any day you know you're stressed, the first point of call is you not being able to sleep.
Mm.
Yeah. So insomnia is a major um, contributor to physical responses of emotional trauma. Then fatigue. If you're not well rested, you always be tired. If you don't sleep well, you always be tired. So imagine you tossing and turning on the bed and finally falling asleep at 4 a.m. and waking up at 6 a.m. to prepare and go out. Just 2 hours of sleep. You'll be tired the whole day. You'll be tired and cranky and whatever the whole day. Then the third one is muscle tension. It's only when you relax, your muscles will relax.
Mm.
When you're not relaxed, your muscles can never be relaxed. So we have chest pain. Sometimes when you have chest
Pain.
pain, you feel like, oh, but I didn't carry anything heavy. But this is your thoughts, the thoughts in your heart, those painful.
Thought.
I don't know. I think they said that the pain you feel when you're heartbroken is equivalent to a pain when you feel when you have a heart attack. I saw something like that online one time. Like the pain you feel when someone breaks your heart is equivalent to what you feel when you suffer a heart attack. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. Hi, Victoria. That's crazy. So imagine that you just sit down and you start having unnecessary chest pain. You'll be like, what's going on? You understand?
Mm.
Most times, there's a reaction of your body, you understand, to the emotional trauma it's going through. Could be you just suffered a loss, you're grieving somebody, or you just came out of a toxic relationship, or anything could cause, an emotional trauma that means it has to be that severe for it to get to where you start experiencing chest pain.
Chest pain.
We need to always watch ourselves. There are other underlying health issues because when you're traumatized, you don't eat well.
Yeah.
You don't pay attention to what you eat. So you start looking for things that would give you temporary comfort, like alcohol, smoking, sex, all of those things. And those things have health implications. Too much of alcohol would weaken your immune
Immune
system and give
system.
kidney problems, liver problems, and all. Then sex. How about transmitted diseases, and all the other stuff that comes with having sex with random people, and every other thing. So either that or your body just starts shutting down because it's not happy. I think it's written in the Bible that a merry
Hearts
soul,
do I better good than medicine.
exactly something. So imagine when you're sad all the time, you're not thinking right, and of course everything will go wrong.
Hmm.
Your organs they'll start shrinking too. Like, okay, this my madam is not happy. Anyhow you are, that's how everything in your system reacts to. They
Whoa.
don't have it. You control it. So you can bring in two cancer patients. One is positive, one is negative. The negative one, every day she's sad. Is this cancer that will finally kill me? Oh? I knew there is sickness that will kill me one day. She's not even looking at recovery. She's already designed
The
her mind
end.
that I'm dying. But you see this other one that, you know, is okay. You ask her, "Are you okay? How do you feel?" Say, "All is well. I believe that I'll stand up from this bed. I'll believe that I'll walk again. I believe that I'll see my kids. I'll cook for them. I'll go back to my normal." And she's smiling. And then they're administering the same drugs on both of them. This one is improving. This one is still going down. So it's attitude, mindset is what changes everything. So somebody who is suffering emotionally cannot have a positive mindset unless they decide, yes, it has happened. I could not control it. If I could, I would have. But since I couldn't, I need to accept it. I need to find a way to make sure that I don't feel this pain anymore. And that's to constantly tell yourself, I am better, I can do better, I am worth more than, this circumstance.
Yeah.
So people don't know that the more you get angry and depressed and sad, you're actually hurting your system.
Hmm.
Yes, you're hurting your system because you won't be able to eat when you're supposed to eat. You won't be able to drink water when you're supposed to drink. You won't be able to practice your meditations when you're supposed to practice. You just be living your life anyhow.
That's boss.
Exactly. So, and then when the health challenges start coming, of course, that's another depression loading. Yeah. So, and okay, let's talk about PTSD, post traumatic stress disorder.
Disorder.
That part of them all. When you have suffered your emotional trauma and you have decided in your mind that you see here, I we die here. I don't need change. I don't want peace. I
Want
want problems.
war.
When you have decided that you want problems always, and you stick to that emotional pattern, it develops into a PTSD. So many people have this, and it's a medical condition. It's an actual medical condition where you spend thousands to get yourself treated. Sometimes people check into mental health facilities. You understand? Because it has eaten them deep, and it has started affecting everything around them.
The
People,
lungs. Yeah.
everything. So they said post traumatic stress disorder, which is PTSD, is a result of the severity of trauma experienced by an individual. So you could say it's a woman that has suffered 10 years of violence in her marriage.
Hmm.
You understand? She eventually comes out of the marriage. She will not be the same.
No.
It's going to take her a whole long ass time of unlearning what she's been used to for the past 10 years for her to get to a place where she can be of help to herself first and then to people around. You understand?
Yeah.
So when you stay in that trauma for a long time, it develops into a mental case.
Illness.
Yeah. So you start having some people even have seizures. Like it's that bad. Some have seizures, some start talking to themselves, and you just see a decent dressed person talking to themselves. You know, like off point, oh,
Hmm.
not talking about relevant things, just talking anyhow. And you'll be wondering, what's wrong with this person? It's an emotional, they've gone into that PTSD era where they'll need to seek professional medical help. So he said this can be seen, this PTSD I'm talking about can be seen in how seriously trauma interferes with aspects of life. So like I said, the aspects of your life will be affected. Your job will be affected, your relationship with people will be affected, everything,
Finance.
because you are no longer relevant to yourself. Not to talk of being relevant to other people.
Hmm.
People don't no longer trust you. Do you understand?
Yeah.
They don't make decisions. They don't trust you to be how do I put it? Responsible. Yeah.
Responsible.
They don't be responsible to handle things. They'll be like, that one, I better leave that one. That one is in a world of our own. I mean, you've heard these comments about people
Yeah.
before. Don't go there. That one, that one will mess you up. Oh. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
But because in Africa, we don't really look at all those things as an
PTSD.
issue like a normal thing now. It's not normal. Oh. some things that we go through here and look at it as if it's normal. It's not normal and it's not acceptable in sane climes. You understand?
Yeah.
You see that somebody will be talking to herself, somebody will be with you and start laughing anyhow. You believe that, oh, maybe she comes from a family of mad people. I beg, leave that to you. You understand? You just conclude, but you don't take out the time to, like, that's why I tell,
Investigate.
read, read, you will not die. Reading doesn't kill you. Research, not for anyone, but for yourself. Because when you have the knowledge, you can deal with people based on their circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
I know me, I used to have hot temper before. Like small thing don't vex me. Oh. But through reading, through counseling, therapy, and all that, you will do things and expect that I'll explode. I'll just be laughing.
Hmm.
You know, my colleagues have worked in my place for like 6 years plus. They've never seen me angry. So they'll be like, they vex. Don't you ever get angry? I'm like, why should I get angry? What reason do I
Of
have
what
to get angry?
use?
This is work. I came here to work. So if you like, do anything you want to do. Okay, are you done? So what am I supposed to do? What can I do? And you'll be like, is it not you I just spoke to anyhow? I'll be like, yeah, you did, but that's not me.
It's
Because
a
I
reflection of who you are.
have a station that if you tell me I'm a thief and I know I'm not a thief, it doesn't bother me. I'm like, okay, you said your own, but that's not who I am. Next. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Your intention was for me to get upset and react.
Hmm.
But my intention is for me to debunk that in the most respectful way and make you ashamed for even accusing me. You understand?
Yeah.
That's what healing from emotional trauma does. Like I used to tell people, if I decided to grow up the way, um, people wanted me to, I will not be this sweet woman that everybody wants to be associated with.
Mm.
I'll be a very
Be
bitter,
bad person.
mad, angry, sad. In fact, I would have had every reason to be what everybody would detest
Hmm.
and dislike from. You understand?
Yeah.
That's why I tell people, I said, the first truth you must tell is to yourself. You know your life pattern. You understand it better than me.
Mm-hmm.
I am just coming. I don't know what your life was 10 years ago. I don't know what it's going to be 10 years after. But you know. So you have to sit down first, take a pen and paper. You see, writing things down is a blessing that we overrate. Take a pen and paper. What are the things that I know are my problems? What do my friends complain about? Number one, I do the vex. Write it.
Write it down.
Number two, I do the beg. Write it. Because some people have that in them. Every new person they meet, they must beg. They must beg. Write it down. Number three, I am arrogant and saucy. I know they respect anybody.
Hmm.
Write it. Do you understand? That truth, when you tell yourself that truth, when anybody else comes with their thoughts and expectations
Of
and
you, you already know.
you already know. Say, okay, you see this one, that's me. But you see this other one, nah, that's not me. Do you understand? So if you don't know yourself first, whatever they're throwing at you, you absorb it.
Absorb it,
Yeah.
keep accepting. And before you know, automatically manifest.
What your capacity is.
Hmm.
You don't know you have tendency to be an ashawo, but you're like, let me just respect myself. And somebody's coming to call you ashawo and you're triggered. Why are you triggered? Are you one? You're not.
Called me a
Unless
prostitute. I'm going to deal with you. Shut up.
you have that tendency deep down, but you've not done it for some reason. Then this person answers, you feel like this person is seeing through you.
Hmm. Then you are
So you react
reacting.
violence. Instead of you to sit down and say, nah, that's not me. That's not me. Nobody can give me a name that is not mine. Do you understand? So most of the time, if you watch people's reaction to things like accusations, backlash, gossips, you find an underlying emotional trauma there.
Preach. Oh my
Yes.
God.
Yeah, when you watch people's reaction to anything, it answers what they are going through deep down. If you see somebody that's nothing concerns them, like nothing moves them, that could be an emotional trauma, issue too. Like that means you have given up on life. Anything we want to may happen. You don't care. You understand? But people will feel, oh, I'm carefree. You're not carefree anything. You have just lost the essence of life.
Oh my
So we, like I said, kindness is one thing that we all need to learn. Empathy and kindness.
God.
When you're kind to first yourself, you can look at your bad sides without being judgmental.
Yes.
Now, when you finish that work within you, you can now look at someone else and say, okay, this person is a drunkard, but I won't judge them because I don't know what made them start drinking. This person is a woman beater, but I won't judge him because I don't know
What
how he was.
regard?
You understand? Oh, this person is a thief, but I can't judge her because I don't know if growing up she never had the fancy things of life. So now every Gucci, Rolex she sees, she carry it. It's all from past trauma.
Trauma.
But if we don't do the work first within us, we can never understand another person. We'll just be judging. Judgment all through. That was what we're doing here, see her, this one, that one. You're just expressing your insecurity. Because if you for first do that yash. No, let's be serious. Because you see so many people judging people. I might see it, it's cute. Oh, it's nice. I might see the one that's crooked. I'll be like some people I've seen on Instagram. I'll be like, rather than do yash, I would rather stay than do this one. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That's not me being judgmental. Me being judgmental is what is this one? This one cannot even dress well. Look, she will come to doing a shower. That's me being judgmental. Yes. And it could be from a emotional traumatic experience, which has either made me jealous of everyone around me and bitter. You understand? But there's also, you see, and you'll be like, well, maybe she wasn't comfortable with her body and she had to go and do it. But that doctor no try. Why didn't she go to a better place? There are two different responses to one situation.
Yes.
That would tell you who is saying it from a bad place and who is saying it from a good place. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's pay attention. You rush into dating, you rush into marriage. Tomorrow you now be complaining to the counselor. My husband was never like this. My wife is this is not my wife. So who is it? Lucifer. Who is it? Is it your ancestors or is Lucifer?
Yes, Sipe. Yes, Sipe. Yes, Sipe.
Pets were there, but you didn't pay attention. You were all over the place doing love up and down. I beg. Love comes last when it comes to choosing a partner. Love comes last because love is something you can build over time. When someone is kind to you, when someone is attentive, when someone prioritizes you, when someone cares genuinely for you, it's natural for you to
Love
fall
the
in love.
person.
But when you start with that butterflies in my belly feelings, and then you enter into the house, you see that he keeps late nights. He flares up
He opens
easily.
his mouth when he chooses.
Exactly. He flares up easily. He doesn't respect his mother and any elder around. Like there's nobody you can report him to if he offends you. You now find out all those things inside the marriage. And you now start saying, that's not my husband. Who was it before? Who was it? Is it my own husband? Do you
Her
get
ancestors.
at all? So that's why it's good to always know somebody's,
In
experience
total.
That experience will now show you the patterns they're exhibiting. It will now show the responses, their triggers, and stuff like that. Because trust me, if you learn someone's life pattern, you can learn their trigger, and you won't do it to trigger them.
Yeah.
Just like if I know now that okay, my boyfriend was raised in a family where the sisters were given priority treatments, like they get everything they want, while the boys were
Yeah.
that you need to hustle for, everything. Do you understand? I will understand that if I can be, if I can feel that space. I don't wait for him to ask for food.
Mm-hmm.
Wait for him to check up on me before I do. I don't wait for him to. I don't wait for him to come back home and tell me that why did you not put on the generator?
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't have a flat tire on the road and call him to come and change it. Do you
Because that'll
understand?
be a trigger.
Yes, those are things that could trigger that past experience, that past trauma, and he'll now start being either he's overgiving or undergiving. Now, overgiving, he'll now be on the excessively protective side, as
Mm.
per how he was protective of his sisters. He had to do that so that his father will not beat him up, or so that his mother will not deny him food. So he has to always look out for the sisters. You don't want to be his sister. You want to be his wife, his better half, someone he can be vulnerable with, somebody he can come home and relax, just forget about the world. You understand?
Yeah.
But if I don't understand his traumatic experience and emotional roller coaster, how do I find out the triggers?
Hmm.
How do I know how to deal with him in a way that he can love me completely? My husband doesn't love me like that. What are you still doing there? He doesn't love you like that. you know. You now see that he now finds a side chick outside and pours all of him into the side
Those
chick.
things that
You
you're
will now be,
afraid.
angry. You understand?
Yeah.
So life is, I see life like it's a constant learning process.
Hmm.
If I understand emotional trauma today, it doesn't mean that I stop there. Oh, I'm knowledgeable. I know how to treat a man. I know how to do this. No, I might understand that. But do I understand spiritual aspect of marriage or relationship? No. Do I understand culture? Do I know if it's a titled man
Don't
or
touch their hair. You
do you
don't
understand?
do this. You don't do
So
this.
just a whole lot. Okay, so this is one of the exercises I give couples when I talk to them, and I learned it from my grandmother. While growing up, I noticed that I never saw my grandparents fight. Never, never. So I was curious as a child. Mama, you and daddy don't used to fight though. She laughed. She said, we used to fight. I said, but I've never seen. He said, yes, that's how couples fight. I
Hmm.
said, but I've never seen people squeezing your face when you're feeding him. He said, why should I do that? It's my fight and his fight inside our privacy, not for the whole world to see. I don't need to come and show you that I'm squeezing face. Oh, my husband has annoyed me today. So that you do what? What will you do for me? You understand? So we'll fight inside. I'll come out. I'll smile. I'll be all smiles. When we go back into the room, we'll continue our fights. So, and I told her, okay, so how would you put it in a way that this our Gen Z will be able to understand it? She said the problem with you people is that you people live for yourself. Two shall become one.
Wow.
So you don't wake up every day saying, oh, Valerie, I have to look beautiful today. Oh." You understand? You wake up thinking,
Us.
I need to go out there today. Let them see him, see that I'm taking good care of him. While you too, you're happy that you're looking good. Honey, I need to choose the shirt you're wearing today. Today I want it to look extraordinary. Oh, it's Friday. I need to rock a kaftan. You know that yellow kaftan I like? That's the one you're wearing. That's your husband will know that you woke up thinking of him. He will do anything in this world for you.
Hmm.
You know. So I told her practically, in a practical sense, what do you do? So she is like, when they are upset, they try not to, number one, sleep upset. No matter how it is, even if my grandfather is not around and they are upset at each other, then there was no phone, so I don't know how they used to communicate. But
Communicate.
I feel like even if he's traveling and they had a fight, they would settle
Before.
leaves the house. You understand? So she was like, the ways that we, from her children that she has experienced them in marriage and all that, so she has taught them that when you have an issue with your house, sit them down. Don't speak when you're angry. That's one thing people notice about me. When I'm very angry, don't push me to talk because I'll try to resist the urge to come at you that time. But people now, they want to push you,
What
push you,
can
push
you
you.
do? Keep poking the button.
Oh,
Button.
you don't want what's the problem, but I don't want to hear this nonsense tomorrow. So you'll be forced to spill when you're still boiling. And then you say things you cannot take back.
Hmm.
That's one of the things. When I used to have temper issues when I was younger. So anytime I'm angry and I want to talk, she say, calm down, sit down there first. I'll be like, but I know you will talk. Sit down first. So I'll sit down quietly for 5 minutes. And at that time, your head is running helter skelter. Why did she tell me to sit down? Then you now start looking at the issue,
Situations.
and you find out that you were just overreacting.
Hmm.
And he said, "Hey, what were you saying?" Like,
You might not even remember because
eh,
it's
it's like,
this.
I'm okay now. Say, oh, you're okay.
You don't want
No,
to
no, no.
address it. You don't want to shout.
Now, so tell me what is the problem. By that time, you're calm. You don't even see a relevance in that anger
Hmm.
again. So she told me, she said, your uncles, they don't talk to their wives when they are angry. Don't you notice it? I say, yes. I said, good. I taught them that. Because you see women, you see this our mouth, typewriter. Ta, 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 ta. Just keep quiet and let her run her mouth.
Whoa.
You know, and that too. You understand? So when I'm with somebody and the person is always making me want to go, I just keep quiet. I just keep quiet. Be like, yeah, but you're not saying anything. I said, you talk now. Am I not listening? Yeah, I used to listen. Is it mouth I'll listen with? Tell me all your grievances. Tell me everything. So by the time he's done, I am in my mind, I'm calculating and taking in. By then I'll be calm and I'll start stating my points one after the other. You go see, say the man said go shame. Now I feel like a woman. It's only a woman that nags. I said, is it not you that want to nag? Do I have time? Do you understand? So it's just that we don't sit down to understand things. If we understand the process of things, it's easy for us to find loopholes and solutions.
Hmm.
But when you don't understand anything, you just be all over the place, causing catastrophe everywhere. It's people that are calm, were not born calm. They learned, they practiced. It's a daily practice. You wake up today and say, today nobody will upset me no matter what you do. That first thing you say in the morning is very important. The moment you open your eyes and you declare that, you find out that every time you're triggered, that thing will hold you accountable. Yeah, Shebi, you said you're not going to fight anybody today.
Now
What
you
are
want
you
to
doing?
turn God of war.
You understand? So you hold yourself accountable first before you can hold someone else accountable.
Hmm.
I can't be cheating my partner and trying to advise my friend not to cheat. How? I have to hold myself accountable first.
True.
And say, by the time I tell my friend, say, she might tell me first day, nobody everybody holy like you. Second day, I beg, you don't start. Third day, she'll listen.
To keep sinking in.
She'll listen. She'll be like, but how do you do it? I've tried, I can't. Then you can help us solve the problem. But if you don't hold yourself accountable, how do you even hold another person accountable? It's not
Not
possible.
that way.
So we are all dealing with trauma one way
Or
or the
the
other.
other.
You see a small child who is timid, maybe let's say 4 or 5, 6 years old child who is always timid. When he or she goes into in a public place with other children will be playing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. They'll just be staring at their parents.
Right.
Those child is emotionally abused because every time they try to play at home, be a child, trying to be, come on, go and sit there in one place. Come on, look at you. Go and read your book. All those kind of things, and it affects these children. That's what we said on a lighter note, and we're laughing. I said some of us, our parents put us through stress, traumatic stress.
Hmm.
And we have grown up with that to see that it's normal, but it's not.
It's trauma. We're traumatized.
Yeah, it's not for somebody to give you a compliment and you're looking at yourself that am I worthy?
Thank you, David.
Welcome. Thank you for coming. You'll be looking at yourself like this one is saying I'm fine. Maybe it's not something that they need from me to do. You don't take compliments because when you were growing up, your parents would compare you to everybody.
Hmm.
See this, why is your leg crooked like this? Don't you see your brother? Go and brush your teeth, dirty teeth, see your sister's teeth very clean. All those things, they start having that effect on you.
Effects.
So when people give you compliments now that you're grown, you see that
Why she
ah,
talking to me?
you understand. You start looking at it with one corner eye, like, so they're complimenting me. I hope all is well.
Hmm.
Just say thank you and go. Feel good. You took the time to sit down and make up. You used your money to buy wig. You selected the color of clothes that you know fits
Suits
skin
you.
tone. You selected the jewelry. Do you understand? You styled yourself, wore your shoe, came out, and somebody's telling you, oh my God, you look so cute, and you're
You're
questioning yourself.
questioning.
What were you doing all that for? For doing sake. You understand? So it's a lot that we deal with every day. We interact every day with people, but we don't even know that they are fighting something deeper.
Trauma.
It, it's beyond she doesn't know how to take compliments. It's beyond he doesn't know how to spend money on women. It's beyond she doesn't know how to respect people.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's beyond that one can never stay in a man's house.
Hmm.
It's beyond it's this one. Don't trust her with money. Oh. If you are doing business with her, just forget. You understand? It's beyond do not let your girlfriend or your wife stay with this guy. I don't want you. It's beyond all of that. It's more deeply rooted than
Talked about
what we see in the surface. So yes.
what?
So how do we cope with
Trauma.
trauma? If you have questions, drop it though. Let me answer.
If you have
Let's not
questions
just.
about trauma,
I'm not a teacher. We're here to
learn.
learn and have conversations. I am open to learn. So please share your tips how to cope with trauma.
Before you go, see, I try not to interrupt you. I just leave you to take the floor. So before we jump to this one, there's something I want to share. I am
Mm-hmm.
one person who doesn't get angry. I mean, you can never see me sweat.
Yeah.
Never. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying it. I'm saying it boastfully. But people who get angry. They be like, we have been talking. You are just there laughing. I laugh over everything. You can just talk now and I'll be laughing. I'm about to block you, but I'm laughing
Yeah.
with you. So I'm smiling. I'm going to your contact. You are talking, and then I'm blocked you. Period. So and people get offended. Like, why don't you just? I said because you can't handle it.
Mm.
My anger. People who doesn't get angry like us, we take it to the extreme.
Yeah.
So when we
Yeah.
get angry,
Mm-hmm.
it's
Over.
totally
Just
over.
over.
Yeah. So I let you do, like somebody said that somebody I was friends with. I think that person is traumatized.
Mm.
I contrast to what you are saying. I observe that humans are. Did you read it?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So and I know that I have this thing in me that it will not just let me batter words with you. And you'll be talking, I'll be looking, you'll be talking. I remember there was a time this person was always in my head, like, hey, you did this, you did this, always fighting, looking for fight, always speaking fight. Me, I'll be like this.
And that can be so annoying for the person.
Mercy talk. What did I do? Me, I'll be laughing. When the person is done, I mean, the last one I blocked the person and that was it. It's like the friendship was done. Was the person said something that I detest with all my heart, but I was still laughing. So I said to myself, immediately she's done talking, I'm going to block her. I've
So
warned
how do
her. Sorry?
you actually? Okay, we'll come to that, David.
So that triggered that person in me,
Mm.
and I was still laughing. And I go, oh my God, you really just fucked up.
For your peace and sanity.
I just said, oh my God, this was your biggest mistake. I just went
Mm.
straight to her contact. I just blocked. Same in relationship. Like, you can be doing, I'll be looking, I'll be laughing. But when I'm done,
Mm-hmm.
you will not even see me coming. You will not, it will be like a dream. You'll be like, she blocked me. Like,
Mm.
this will be doing you like, I cannot believe Messi blocked me. Like,
Right.
are you sure she blocked me? Give me your phone. Text her. Let me see if it will go. So that is how I am. So when you're talking about anger, how to control, like being, you know, I know what I'm capable, like my anger is capable of doing. So what's the point of getting angry? Something that
Exactly.
you can see the head and the tail. They say
Yeah.
anger is a destructive spirit that solves
Yeah.
nothing. So instead of
Yes.
me to get angry, I will make decisions.
Smile and go. True. True. True.
And I'm a
So, Mr.
big laugher. Like I can laugh over every silly thing.
Yeah, people
Everything.
that, and trust me, it's a learning process because I know of some people who learned. They have serious anger issues. Like David said, we're all born with different temperaments.
Yes.
We're all born with different temperaments. The way you handle stuff might not be the same way I handle stuff. And you
Mm-hmm.
know that, yeah, because we come from different backgrounds.
True.
We've had different life experiences. Maybe your experience has taught you that calm is the best way. Probably
All the
because you were
time.
born again, or you were raised in a home where people did not shout when they were angry, they just
Eh?
were calm. No, I'm just saying, like different
I
people have
was raised in
different.
a war zone.
No, I'm just saying that different people have different experiences that
Mm-hmm.
has shaped their temperament. You understand? There are people who are naturally calm. There's nothing you can do that will get to them.
Hmm.
Nothing. And there are people that just laughter or just small joke, hey, they have blown everything out of proportion. So it's different for everybody.
Yeah.
And if you've gotten to that place where you are calm over any situation, no more, you're blessed. You are blessed. I'm telling you. So let's answer Mr. David's question. I think he's asking how to deal with anxiety.
Anxiety. Okay. Okay. You want to talk about anxiety first before you want to talk about how to deal with.
Yeah, because he asked a question.
Okay. Okay.
I
Sorry, it's your
just
floor.
want
Take
to
it. Paul might be here before
Yeah,
he
let
send
me
me a
see. So he
text.
said, in contrast to what you are saying, I observe that humans and some animals come with natural temperament. Um, what is it? Come with natural temperament, which determines how they react. Okay, so like those in Aries cycle. So how do you deal with those who are naturally anxious? Now, for those who are naturally anxious, we cannot know for sure if anxiety is natural,
Hmm.
right? You cannot know for sure because right from when you were born, there were a series of events that took place. Some you know about, some you do not know about. You understand? So anything could be the cause of anxiety. But trust me, there was nobody born
Wait.
or angry. Nobody was born angry, nobody was born sad, nobody was born happy, nobody was born anxious. We develop those emotions. We pick up those emotions based on experience, circumstances, or what family lineage. So now, if you're naturally anxious, you need to, number one, practice deep breathing. Because when you're anxious, your mind starts racing. And then at that point, you might take decisions that you regret. So for people who are anxious, I always advise them that always learn to breathe. Learn to take deep breaths. And when you breathe, count at least 1 to 10. No, not like breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in,
Okay.
breathe out.
Mm-hmm.
When you're either faced with a circumstances, a challenging situation, uh, an emotional, roller coaster or anything. The best medicine for anxious people is breathing exercise. That helps them. And also being on the positive helps them a lot. Like, you always see the positive in every situation. Because the moment you start seeing the negative, you start being anxious. Oh, can I do this? Oh, can I solve this? Oh, can I? Why don't you switch it? Switch your thoughts to, how about if I get this thing done and I get promoted in the office?
Hmm.
How about I ask my superior to, to bet it on me that I would solve this under 3 days and he will give me a pay raise? Look at things from, a positive
Positive
perspective if you're
perspective.
an anxious person. You understand? But if you're not an anxious person, no more, just they do your thing, they go. Anyhow life come, we live it. But anxious people, they need to take particular care of their emotional states of being at every point in time. At every point in time. And those two things I just mentioned are things I've used to help clients who have been in that state. So
Dealing with
practice
anxiety.
breathing and look at things from the positive perspective. Even if someone died, for instance, like I had a client, I think it was in December, she lost her brother, and there are just two of them. So imagine growing up with someone and then losing them to illness. And I'm like, fine, your brother was ill. I am not saying grief is a good thing. It is not a funny feel. It's not a funny experience. Grieving is not a funny experience. I've grieved for years, so I know what it is. Every time you want to do something, that trigger comes. Every time you see someone sick, that trigger comes. Every time you see someone cry, that trigger comes. So everything in your surrounding will trigger your grief. So I told her, once in a while, sit on your own, breathe, breathe. And when you're breathing, under your breath, say something positive. If that anxiety was caused by you or by something you experience or something that you're fighting with, could be house rent, could be fixing your car, could be office work. If it's something that is personal, when you're practicing that breathing, be saying something positive under your breath, like, I cannot fail, my job is secure, my money is my clients will pay me, this one, all those things that you feel are the problem at that time. When you're practicing that deep breathing, say them in a positive light. You understand? And when you finish breathing, counting 1 to 10 and saying those things, you find out that your anxiety would
Drop.
decrease. Yes, it will drop. Because the mind, if it's you that will train your mind. When people say your brain controls you, that lie. Now you the controller. When it comes with those negative thoughts and you use your mind to block it out and bring in the positive thought, the brain reacts to whatever the mind sends to it.
Hmm.
If the brain is telling you, because the brain is just like a computer, it only does with what they see, what it sees. It sees the situation as a situation of kidnap. But in your mind is telling you you are seeing it as a way of escape. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Somehow, you see those things play out. How your mind instructed the brain to, send the waves out. So that's how to overcome anxiety. But to say you want to be on antidepressants and all those things, it won't help you. It will just be a temporary. relief, but the
Relief.
problem will still be there. All right, Mr. David, awesome. So now let's round up by me sharing how to cope with trauma. This part is very important because trust me, all of us are going through one trauma or the other. No matter how you feel your life is beautiful, your life is sweet, this one, that one. There's one thing that keeps you awake sometimes. And if you look at it, it's an emotional thing. Yeah. Lacking money is emotional
Yeah.
because you can't provide for yourself, you can't get all the good things you want.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Lacking sex is emotional because
Ooh.
you're sexually drained, you understand, and everything. So everything is emotional these
Mm-hmm.
days. Anyway, so number one way of coping with emotional trauma is you practice, uh, process your feelings and practice forgiveness. Like I said, sit with yourself, write it down. What are these things that triggers me? What are the past experiences? All those kind of things that you know are on the negative. Write them down. Then process it. Okay, yes, this person offended me at this so and so time, but I want to forgive them.
I choose
I
to.
want to forgive them. I want to let it out because I'm doing it for me. They don't care. They've moved on with their life. They are partying, they are clubbing, they are drinking, smoking shisha. No, you are here brooding and deceiving yourself. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, because the call just interrupted. Now you process and practice healing, forgiveness.
Forgiveness.
Forgiveness doesn't just come one day. You wake up and say, "I forgive you." No, it's a constant practice. It's a constant practice. Then pick a hobby. You see some people, what do you do for fun? Nothing. That's why you get depressed. You, what do you do? Well, do you have a favorite spot? No. My bedroom. No worry, depression has not finished you yet. So pick a hobby. If you know that you like art,
You're blank.
why not pick a hobby in painting? If you know like you like food, why don't you pick a hobby in maybe food
Can you
tasting?
hear me? You're blank.
Yeah, I can hear you.
You're blank. I can
Uh-oh.
hear you, but you're blank.
Okay. Can you see me now?
Nope.
What's going on? I think that call interrupted.
Yes, it's gonna come. Are you using an iPhone?
Yeah.
Click on YouTube.
So, sorry?
Click on YouTube. Did it go?
You
Maybe the screen locked or something.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
What's going on?
And this
That's
is
why
the
I don't
little,
like calls interrupting me.
the most important part of this life.
Yeah, and this is the most important part. Maybe
Important.
I have to go out and come back.
Okay. Guys, if you have questions, please, and if you want to record this particular part so you can send to somebody, you can as well do that. Don't worry. So I'm not going to do copyrighted whatever. Uh, yes, I can see you beautiful. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so this is the most important part. These people should not try me. Oh. Yeah, so I was talking about how to cope with trauma. The first thing is for you to process your feelings and to practice forgiveness.
Mhm.
Because forgiveness doesn't just come. Trust me, it's the hardest thing to do is to forgive somebody. That's why Jesus emphasized on it. Forgive. Forgive, love, forgive. He emphasized on it because he knows it's hard, really hard. So, two is pick a hobby, do something fun, go out there. If you love cooking, join a class, a cooking class.
It should make me fat.
No, you won't be fat. You know when you're cooking, but if you join a cooking class, you're not going to eat in quantity.
I was just
It's
joking. I was just joking.
okay, stay. Or take yourself out every time to restaurants. Try out new places. Try out new food recipes, new menus and all that.
Mm.
If you love art, pick a painting hobby. Tell yourself, okay, once in every month I'll go out, experience painting. You see that before you know it, you're so lost in those things that all these other things are now secondary, you know. So then work on your diet. When you're emotionally drained, anything goes. You might eat pizza January to December. You understand? Because it's when you're that time that you're so hungry, you just want to nibble on something. And trust me, it won't be healthy.
No.
Eh. But if you're okay and you plan that, yeah, I'm going to eat so so and so. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You take care of your health, right? Because when you start eating healthy, you start living you start living healthy.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
You will not believe this pet has been on me since we started.
I've been seeing it.
Like
I've been
she just, I don't know, she just chose war today, like war.
She wants her mom to be with her.
And
So number
yeah, please.
four, yeah, number four is make music your friend. People don't know that music is healing. You understand? I know there was a time I was going through a whole lot. And the only thing I could do, because I could not pray, when you're so hurt that you love God within you. But you see this mouth, it will say lie.
It
If
will
I
not
pray again, let me.
open.
So at that point I just lost myself in music.
Favor, what did
God,
you delete?
sorry?
Favor, Ify, what did you delete?
So I just lost myself in music, in praise and worship, because at that point, the devil will tell you, Shebi, it's the same God you trusted in this situation that failed you, Abi. So, and when your heart is confused, you can't pray. You might just pretend to and lie to yourself, but man, you cannot pray. You understand? So I just made music, and it was music that healed me at that time, brought me back, the faith. So make music your best friend if you're going through any kind of emotional stress. Make sure you listen. You know your genre of music. Your genre
Which
of music
one?
and which one lightens up your mood. Pick it and run with it. Then prioritize self care. We don't really take self care seriously in
Yeah.
this part of the world. We feel like everything are just food, food, food. Well, if I eat good, if I eat 10 meats and 3 laps, that means I'm taking care of myself. No. There's some other things you can do for yourself, especially when you're going through your process. This could be running yourself a bath, going to the spa, getting your nails done, getting your hair done, facials, just take care of it. Do something that when you finish, you feel good within yourself, like, ooh, yeah, that was good, that kind of thing. If you like happy ending after this thing, go ahead.
Yes,
That's
please.
on
I like it. I like it. I like it.
go ahead, that's on you. So yeah, self-care is very important when you're, healing from emotional trauma. Then it's also important to surround yourself with people who actually care about you.
Mm.
I don't like my sister around me. This my brother talks too much. Mommy is always too demanding. If I go to the house, she say I should cook. Daddy, that one you talk too much. I even say you should read newspaper for him. Those are the people you need when you're going through that emotional trauma. You see all those problems that you feel is problems.
An
You
African
want
home, you can
eh,
never be depressed. Look at this small
you
child. Though. What do you know that you are
what
depressed? Look at this one. Why are you depressed?
they will
What?
call you to
Please go and clean this thing. Go and eat. It's food that is doing you. What did look at her? You should not call her sister. Can you imagine this small girl There is no up to 30 years. Or there's no up to 40. She said she's depressed, so that one will not be laughing.
What do you know about love that you're crying for man? Have you started life? How can you be depressed in that kind of situation?
You
You
can't
can't.
never. Even
They
if,
will
even
talk.
when they know
Exactly.
that
So
man
you
that
need.
his head looks like fried pan. So if you think I would have let you marry him in the first place, it's a lie. Or it's failing them. Don't
Exactly.
worry.
Hmm?
Ah,
But
if I know what I know now, I will not marry your father.
exactly. So you see, this is the time you need to surround yourself with the people that really love you and you know that they genuinely love you. Whether it's family, friends, church members, whoever, just make sure you're around them. Let them beat some sense into your skull. So that also helps. And then the last one is find people that motivates you.
Hmm.
That's my 5 points that I have to share, or basics. Find people that motivate you. Because, for instance, if I, okay, as I have gone through my own phase in different phases of life, and I now have a 22 years old looking up to me.
Hmm.
If she's in this kind of any of these
You
situations,
already
I'll
know.
call her, come, what are you doing to yourself? Sit down, sit down, sit down. Do you think if I was like you, I would have owned this, been that, been this, been that? Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So that situation will make her go and sit down in her closet and say, it's true. If I now develop sickness because of this, will I not use it? I have to be solving problems. Instead of me to just heal, I beg, better man will come. Like I used to tell my daughter, I said, see, if you ever fall in love and anybody breaks your heart, cry you. I'm not telling you don't cry, useless. Cry your eyes out. In fact, I'll be the one to be handing you the tissue to use to blow. Cry your eyes out because you invested in the relationship.
Hmm.
Don't pretend to me like, oh, I'm a strong girl. This one.
Nah.
We are not strong in this household. We are
No.
not strong women. That strong women narrative is only in business.
Crap.
But when it comes to emotions, we are babies. We are babies. So feel your emotions. But when you, while feeling it, tell yourself, does this one human deserve me giving up on billions of men, different faces, different culture, different height, body weight, different color, different hustle, different family background, different? Is it this one lizard that will make me forget that there are many frogs in the water that I can be kissing to meet my prince? No, now. When I tell her, she start laughing. Say, "Ha, mommy, you make the toughest things so simple."
So
I said, because
simple.
life, it depends on the aspect that you look at. I mean, the perspective you look at life from. If you look at life from a hard perspective, trust me, life will be hard for you. Life will be hard until you use this your mouth and say, life is okay. It's okay.
Let
You
me
have dealt
breathe.
with me. And you just give me the softness small. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So everything is how we want it to be. I see people like some of my single friends when we are like meeting and talking, they're like, I beg, I don't want to hear anything about man. No, me, I've given up on relationship. I say, me, I am not giving up. If they like, they should break my heart 1 million times. I will go again. I have coconut head. I will go again. Love again. Say, if it's your way, we're not even talking about you. You are lost. Your own is a long battle. I'm like, no. Even if I've dated two, three people and they've broken my heart, or maybe it didn't work out. Let's say nothing even happened, it wasn't a heartbreaking relationship, but it didn't work out while I felt like that was my life.
Yeah.
And do I have to limit do I know if my husband is Oyibo? And I'm here struggling with Nigerian brothers. Do I know if my husband is a Jewish man? And I'm here fighting with Muslims. Or do I know if my husband is a Muslim? I'm here forming Christian.
Listen.
So anything can happen. Keep an open mind. Don't let one situation decide the
Your
events of
whole
your life.
life.
They hurt me, okay, I will cry. Take 1 year to heal. Pay for counseling.
I will go again.
I will go. I will go again. Let me see fine boy that have sense. I will go again. So my friends are like, I can never understand you. I said, well,
It is
you
what
know.
it is.
The last person I was attempting to date, I and my best friend, we used to go to his house to, spend the weekend. And I'm this kind of person that I love to, when people are around, I love to feed them. I love to make them feel happy.
Mm.
So I'll cook this one, cook that one, cook this one, cook that one. We'll eat, we'll drink, we'll play games, we'll sing karaoke. I turned my friend's house into a karaoke center. My best friend called me, say, come, he did Chris. I said, what did I do? He said, do you know that what you're doing to this man, even a wife doesn't do to her husband? I'm like, I don't understand. He said, you are finished cooking for man. Man, you still carry and go and keep in the sitting room, in the dining. You still go and call him to come and eat. And you still sit with him to eat.
It's who I am.
Be asking him, are you okay? If he cough, take water. Do you want juice? Do you
It's my baby. Deal with it.
now husband they do that one for.
Doesn't
I
matter.
told her, and understand where you're coming from. But in my family, the way I was raised to take care of people. I told her, okay, you are talking about man. When you come to my cubicle to spend weekend, how do I treat you?
Hmm.
He said, hey, I'm your best friend. I said, oh. So if I'm treating you like that, you should know that that's my lifestyle.
Yeah.
Whether this person takes advantage of me or not, it's not my concern.
It's who I am.
I'm being of service.
Hmm.
I'm happy serving people and seeing them genuinely taken care of and relaxed.
Hmm.
That's my own joy. Now, what you decide to do with that information or that privilege is up to you. Because trust me, if you don't do well with it, it's you that will regret it. That means I'll hold a special place in your heart
Hmm.
and in your I've built duplex inside your head. No matter where you go to, no matter who
You
you
still
marry,
think about me.
like if it was Valerie,
Hmm.
this you wouldn't do this. If it was will not be your issue and you live in regret for the rest of your life. So why don't you aim at making that mark and leaving the rest?
Rather than being
Why are you telling me you're doing this, you're doing that? No, I said, Bessie, calm down. This is me. You can't change it. If I do anything other than this, I dey pretend.
true,
So if I don't want to do, I will not do.
it's better.
The day I don't Wi-Fi we no go chop order.
Hmm.
It's me that will order. When they come, you pay. Shebi you not pay, let them embarrass us. Do you understand? So it's not like I'm doing it out of fear
Mm-hmm.
or to please somebody. I just want to do it at that point. That's how I feel. I feel like feeding everybody for everybody to be happy, and relaxed. So that's it. People don't treat today's circumstances based on off of yesterday's
Yesterday's
experience.
experience.
Yes, because this experience also came to teach you something.
Hmm.
You understand? So pay attention to the lesson involved in that. Even if Mr. A break my heart today because he carried money that I gave him to do something to do another thing, I will still go to Mr. B.
Hmm.
If Mr. B too does not have sense and he goes to cheat and comes to cry, I will forgive him. I'll move to Mr. C. So we have a lot of people and diverse, humans in this
True.
earth. One day you meet your own, the
You
person that
meet your
knows
own.
shares same values with you.
Yeah.
My spouse, number one, she comes first before everybody, just as you take your spouse to be number one, comes first before anybody. Okay, my spouse likes service, breakfast in bed once in a while, this one, that one. Do you understand? So if you are not giving out the energy you want to receive, how you want to attract? It's not possible.
See, we
So
ladies have made it so difficult for ourselves.
yeah, when you give the energy of unforgiveness and bitterness,
That's what
that's
you
what you
get.
attract. Yes. You attract people who are incomplete, who are just traumatized from the previous relationships and they don't want to heal. They're just stuck in their ways. You understand?
Yeah.
So now why do I keep attracting this kind of people? Why
When
do
you
I
put in
check
that. Hmm.
check yourself? And then after healing, did you draw boundaries? I'm not sure you did. So of course it will be business as usual.
Yeah.
Because with healing comes boundaries. You cannot expect that, okay, somebody who healed from rape will still be outside of her house
Yeah.
by 2 o'clock shaking yash. When you are not mobile, you don't know how you reach home.
Even when you're mobile.
Or even if you're mobile, I'm just saying. So your trauma should be able to inform your life decisions. Like,
Mm.
okay, if I avoid this, I would be able to overcome this.
Mm.
But not that you see fire, you still go and walk into it and expect that Holy Spirit is can help me. Is a warrior. Shebi Angel Gabriel will leave everything he's supposed to do and come and be fighting your stupidity.
Maybe the part of the Holy Spirit you will get that time is the sweet Holy Spirit.
So like I life is easy. Just open your mind, learn, unlearn, relearn. Not just about yourself, but the work starts with you first.
Yeah.
Then you can extend it to the others.
Yeah. First of all, I want to say I have learned. There are some things I feel I am weird, but you said it that no, it's not weird because I feel that I'm weird that I don't take things personal. I
Okay.
feel that I'm weird that I don't get angry the way people expect me to.
But that's you.
Sorry?
That's your personality.
So you saying it now that people who does that, they're kind of traumatized. I'm like, oh girl, thank you.
No, not everybody. Not everybody.
Yeah.
But most of the people who are nonchalant
Mm.
are based off of trauma.
No, not people that are natural and like people who get really upset, like not be doing like a devil. Woo, 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 woo,
So
woo.
either it's their temperament or it's that their I don't take shit from trauma
But that's
experiences.
not how they take shit now.
Do they know? If you don't know, you can't do better now.
You cannot just stay and be getting angry and be shouting
Like
like dog. What about if you now have heart attack?
exactly. Like me, I'm in the group of I don't take shit.
Yes.
But I have healed from I don't take shit out of fear
Mm-hmm.
to I don't take shit out of boundaries. Yeah.
Preach, preach, my lady, preach.
I don't take shit out of fear is different from I don't take shit out of boundaries. I don't take shit out of fear is you want to do it so that a man will feel that they have to by force respect. You understand? But I don't take shit out of boundaries is guy, I cannot sleep over at your house on a first meeting. And if you try to push it, that's when I show you I don't take shit. Do you understand? So it's two different things. It's two different, it's the same scenario, but two different reactions.
Two different
So
reaction, yeah.
heal from this to this. We now know how to react in a way that we don't offend ourselves, we don't offend the people, and we don't hurt the relationship.
Relationship.
But then you can be a nice person,
Yeah.
and the other be a coconut head. So crazy. It's crazy. Well, you don't live for only yourself, you live for everybody.
Yeah.
Anybody you at a particular point, you are living for that person.
Mm.
So what they say, take it like you're hearing. My grandmother said one thing one day, which has really helped me. She said, whenever you get married, don't look at your husband as if he's your husband, especially when he's angry.
Mm.
Look at him as if he's your child. I will get that day. I was not looking at this woman like, are you for real right now? Telling you how this man is stressing me, I said I should look at him as my child. How? He said, yes, because you don't stay angry at your children. So,
Oh.
mommy, the next thing, mommy, I want to eat. You will still go and dish food for them. Oh, you are finished, Abi. Now you want to eat. You're hungry. You are finished doing all the shakaris. You're hungry now. Sit down there, let me go and warm food for you. Look at your husband that way, and you will not have problems.
Hmm.
Like, how do I look at a grown man that I know he has sense? He has
Did
responsibilities.
they tell you they have sense? Are they the one that told you they have sense? Why are you assuming?
You have a mind to think of the repercussions of your actions.
Hmm.
And I'll not be looking as a child. Ha. I told my grandmother, I go hard. She said, well, you learn. If you
You
don't learn it,
learn.
you learn it the hard way. So, but either way, you learn.
Hmm.
So that's why most times when a man does something, I'll just be. So I've had exes that felt like maybe at that point when we're in the relationship and I was over, like I was overlooking
Some
some
things.
things. They felt like I was desperate to settle with them. So they acted with me like I was a desperate person. But they didn't know that it takes one decision, one day, 1 hour, one text for me
Period.
to say, and they're like, I
Bye.
never believed you without me. I say, me. Watch the glow up, because you get to the point where you feel like I need to give this person all the benefit of the
No
doubt.
doubt.
Let them be who they are. I don't used to tell man, they will come, hey, what do you want in a man? What do you need in a man? I don't need anything.
Show me what you
I
have.
should tell you so that you start living it out for me, Abby.
Hmm.
I've learned. I've learned the hard way. What do you want in a man? The man is what I want. Don't display your stupidity so I can make my decisions fast.
Valerie just killed me. She said, "Hey, man."
Come as you are with all
Oh my
your stuff.
goodness.
Let me see right now. It's not the one that'll tell you, oh, I love a man that sends me flowers. I love a man that picks me up at work. I love a man that asks me how was your day, sends me good night messages. You now start doing it. I'll now
Immediately,
fall in
immediately he just gets you, get married to you or something. That flower, just forget it. You'll be the one to be buying for yourself.
love. So I just pay attention.
Yeah.
I know they do talk stage too. If I've talked to you today, tomorrow, next tomorrow, I know who you are. Because I'll throw at you, you feel like you want to impress me, you just be running mouth. I've picked up points there. Then I'm off. I disappear. You be but I thought we were good. Yes, we're still good.
Yeah, we're good, but not that good.
We're still good. I mean, we're good. Are you sure we're good? Yes, we are good.
What do you
We're not
mean?
fighting. Are we quarreling?
No.
I've made my mind that nothing can make me date this man.
Hmm.
That's it. That's why I tell ladies, don't be so quick to start posting things on social media. I like flowers. Give me my princess treatment. Give me this one.
The wrong person.
The one that is a predator
Hmm.
will give you all that things you need. It happened to me before. I was friends with this guy for like 4 years. I didn't know he was just watching me, monitoring me, knowing everything I wanted
Hmm.
in a partner. You get. So when we now decided to date, he was doing all the right things.
Wow. Oh, that's so sweet.
Then he came to marry me. I said, Oga, no, let's go to your side to let me see how you are. Where in fact, let me see where I'll be settling down. That's
Yes.
how Mama, when I went there, my eyes saw my
Oh
ears.
dear.
And I told God, thank you that you've not made me to enter into that desperation for marriage.
Hmm.
Because if I was, when he came and said, I want to marry you, yes, carry him to my family, do this and do that one. Now, who would I be telling my story to?
Nobody. I will not listen. We will say you put
Suffering and
yourself there.
suffering and smiling. I'll come to social media and show off, like, oh, this is, I do that one. Especially because I'm not living in Nigeria. I'll now be showing off, make it pain my enemies. I'll go home and be crying.
Crying. God
God,
forbid. It never happened.
Ah, so it's better to always pay attention. You
Yeah.
understand? Don't tell anybody. This one I'm talking to singles, so whenever they watch this video, don't ever tell anybody what you want. Don't, don't. Hmm. Use your eyes and look at the qualities that they naturally exhibit and tick your boxes by yourself.
No, don't give too much on single, because I think maybe we will talk about how to be single and classy, or how
Okay,
to prepare for marriage or something like that.
okay, no
Yeah,
problem.
don't
Yeah,
why you
I should not.
why you
I should not.
no, don't fail, because now I feel that they're not like, no, you cannot psych us.
You cannot cycle.
You
But
cannot.
learn, man. These things because most of us learned it from experience.
Yeah.
Nobody taught us. Experience taught us the hard way.
Hmm.
So when we dish out these things freely, people don't take it seriously because they're not paying for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now come, let me cancel you as a single. Come and register $150. They'll shout that it's so expensive.
They will not.
But then free content. You not make out time to sit down and watch it because it will help you.
Yeah.
You get not most of us did not have the privilege of,
Listen.
having people actually tell us these
Yeah.
things. We went in and saw with our eyes,
Mm.
which is it takes longer time to heal from those kind of things than the one that you already had a knowledge about.
There's this. I've been trying to reach out to someone I know. Like, she is. When I meet somebody is classy to the teeth, like, I've seen her. We've had a discussion. We've gone out on vacation together. She is class. Do you understand? So I told her. I
Yeah.
said, I know you're busy, but I
Hmm.
want to invite you to talk about class. He said, Missy, I'm shy. I said, this is bad. Why? Because she's really shy, but when I'm in
Yeah.
class, she's a queen of class. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I was not telling her whatever. I would tell Valerie.
Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
a lot of ladies will lack class. You just see
Yeah.
somebody dressed, but when you open your mouth to speak, it is jargon. You just
Yeah.
open your mouth and you just whoa. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone
I
once
mean,
spoke.
dressing up nicely, wearing the right outfits, and choosing the right colors, and putting all of that
Doesn't make you a
persona.
lady.
It doesn't make you classy.
Oh,
Wearing clothes, wearing the right shoes, designers, top to bottom, does not make you classy. Do you understand? Okay, like for instance, I've been on several dates, the ones where I have been casually dressed.
hmm.
I don't want to, I'm not looking at impressing this one. I know to like her. You understand?
Nah,
But when
you'll be surprised. That's the one God will not give you.
I said, when we get to talk, the guy will be like, man, you understand?
Hmm.
They'll be like blown away. And there are ones that I've gone all out to impress.
Hmm.
When I go, they'll feel like beauty without brains. That's the first impression.
Hmm.
Because you're all dressed up,
Hmm.
here, blah blah. And their first of impression is that's what they do. All these girls with fine face and makeup.
Hmm.
You, and then you get to hold a discussion, and they'll be like, okay, okay,
Preach,
you,
sister.
So that kind of, I feel like every woman should not just focus on looking good, having great skin,
Can we
wearing.
schedule a date for single and
Okay,
classy, please? Let's schedule it now, just the same way we scheduled this one.
when do you want that? We
You
can do
tell
it.
me. You tell me. I know I'm coming on live on Sunday, so
Mhm.
pick any day next week. Oh,
Mm, should we do our regular Wednesday
Holy
or
Work Wednesday. Wednesday could
on
go.
between Monday and Wednesday? So you tell me which one suits you.
Monday. I
Monday.
have nothing to do. Tuesday, I have nothing to do. Wednesday,
Okay, so we'll do the class talk on Monday.
please. When on
Yeah.
Monday? What time?
Uh, say 12.
12 is perfect.
Yeah,
How did
12.
you get
So we'll,
so perfect, my lady? How did you get so perfect?
because I know Monday people, take time to settle in at work and all that. So they are free anytime from
12.
10:30, 12. Yeah.
Okay, so
So
not 11 this time, but 12.
yeah,
So the
12.
topic is going to be single and classy. Let's talk about class. I'm tired. I'm
Because some of
literally.
it's, in fact, we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to learn. I have learned so much in the past. During the pandemic, that's when really took to learning, because I didn't have anything I was doing, and I cannot waste my time.
And I wish
And
it's
like,
that pandemic that I started this life, man. Oh my God, I would have loved it. But it's okay. We move.
it's okay.
We
This is
move.
our time.
Yes, we move. Thank you very much. I've learned so much today. I now know that at least to a very large extent, I'm kind of matured. I'm not, because you can offend me now, I'll be laughing at you. Because
Yeah,
I know my own is, I don't get angry, I make decisions. I just
yeah,
make my decisions like we're done, and that stands. So it's not
yeah.
weird for me now. So I'm excited about that. So thank you very much. Please, if you
You're
ever know
welcome.
somebody that is going through trauma that needs,
Hmm.
you should send this video to them. We spent
Yes,
almost 2 hours talking about trauma.
talking.
She
Hmm.
emphasized on it. She broke down what trauma is. You can be even traumatized and not know it. She
I
broke
not know.
it down. And
Yes.
she said how to cope with trauma. I mean,
Hmm.
this is a video anybody, I personally am going to send it to some friends that have been
Yeah.
traumatized. So please, if you
Hmm.
know anybody that is dealing with depression, trauma, send this video to them, and you will be glad. They will appreciate you that you did, because you care
Yes,
about
of
them. So
course.
if you care about your
Of
friends and they
course.
tell you they're dealing with trauma or they're acting funny, you know that this is not a
Hmm.
normal behavior. Send this video to
Yeah.
them and they are going to thank you. My lady, thank you so much. And I want to say your
Thank
makeup.
you for having me.
I will always have you. On Monday, we come again, single and classy.
Monday we go
We go
again.
bumper to bumper.
Let's talk about class in a
Ah,
very subtle,
ah.
cute way.
Oh my gosh. Maybe I'm gonna like really dress classy.
Be
So when,
classy,
so,
right?
so when we're talking, they see the
Mhm.
class, they communicate, they
Mhm.
breathe it,
Mhm.
they see it.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so I
All
want to say
right.
your makeup today was very beautiful. When you were talking, I was just
Thank
lost in the
you.
beauty. Oh my gosh. But
Thank you. Yours is simple and classy, and I love
preach.
it.
Thank you very much. And I'm going to see you.
All right.
Meanwhile, I'll call you after this. I don't know if you're busy, but we'll talk after this. But I'm
Okay.
going to see you on Monday by 12
Sure.
noon as we talk
12 noon.
about
Yes.
single
Sure.
and
Mm-hmm.
classy. Or
True.
it can be single and classy because there's a lot of classless, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot.
Single, classy, and killing it. As I'm sure you like that one. Single,
Yes, single,
classy,
classy,
and
and
killing
killing
it.
it. So yes, that's what
Because
we're
you might be
gonna.
single, you might be classy, but you're not killing it. Easy.
Easy peasy, easy does it.
Easy peasy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna see you guys on Sunday. We're having women slash women talk with Anita Keys.
Okay.
She's a movie producer and she lives in America. So
Awesome.
she's coming on my live on Sunday, and on
Sunday,
Monday we
yeah.
have the single classy and killing it. See,
Yes.
we are generation changers.
Yes,
We
so.
are pattern
Yes, so.
breakers.
Yes,
We
so.
step
That's what we
into a
are.
place and the whole place,
Mm-hmm.
it should be as if rapture happened. Everybody will be
Yes,
quiet
now.
because a
Yes.
class, brainful,
Mm-hmm.
intelligent, holy ghost
Mm-hmm.
designed lady just entered the place. You cannot
Yeah.
tell me you carry God and you are classless. I don't understand.
No, now. How bad? Have you seen God? Ha! Have you seen his taste?
That man,
Jesus.
Sha. Let's gossip God a little
Mhm.
bit.
Like sometimes when I just look at some people, some things, some inventions, I'll be like, damn, man, you're too much.
Somebody that want to use gold to do road. Gold. That man is classy.
I'm telling you. So when people are like, when I see Christians who don't take care of themselves, it really bothers me.
And say I'm a
Like, are we
Christian.
serving the same God?
I'm a virtuous woman.
Not sure.
You now be removing your hair in public. Now be carrying it up and down, holding it like this. Please.
If they even remove hair, is it not good? You know it's heat. This one I not even do hair. You can't even wear better clothes. You can't use deodorant. Your
Bruh.
mouth is smelling.
Oh,
Armpit is
my
disgusting.
sister, let's leave it on
Clothes
Monday because
dirty.
my whole
And you
body
say
is
you're
already
serving
doing
God.
this. Hey, you will sit close to some women, you'll be like,
This is not God you're serving. You're serving the devil.
no, it can never be God.
It's only demons that are dirty.
They say cleanliness is next to godliness. This cannot be
Thank you.
cleanliness. And this is not
Thank you.
godly. This is so ungodly. It can never be
Let's just
God.
leave all those. Let's leave all those fanaticism and do the right things.
True, true. It's too much. The
Yeah.
religion is too much. It's too much. So I will see you on Monday as we'll talk about
Sure.
single, classy, and killing it. Oh my
Killing it.
goodness.
Yes.
I love you. Thank you so much.
Love you,
And I'm
baby.
gonna.
Have a
I'll
good
call you
one.
after this. Okay.
Sure.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.